Remember, I said I came down here to check niggas in the whole nine, especially you, son.
Yep, I guess the hype's starting to die. This dude, Jordan Poole, is becoming a star right before everybody's eyes, man. This boy is out there shooting like Steph Curry, dropping buckets, playing good. He's playing great defense right now, and he got a little hops on him. And he could really take a backseat to this guy right now. He could coast all the way to the finals, and him and Curry just do their thing. GTM basketball, what's up, bro? Yeah, Shorty the truth. I just had to come in and say that, man. Shorty is the truth. Gotta give him his flowers. Lakers fan for life. What up, bro? Man, the way Shorty went off, and I said that. I said, man, I'm talking to my wife. I'm like, this little kid, Jordan Poole, like his first year, what is his second year or his third year? They were starting to look at him like all the hype that was around him when they first drafted him. It was all false. But everybody know when you get to the playoffs, that's when you make your name. And Shorty making a name. And I said, man, yo, if he keeps playing like this throughout the playoffs, they can go to the finals and win. If Shorty keep playing like this. And I'm gonna say this if ain't nobody else gonna say it. Clay looking sus. What, he only averaging like 10 points against Memphis. So imagine if Jordan Poole wasn't playing like this. And then they getting contributions from what's his name? Little Ugly Andrew. They get contributions from him. And I think that All-Star thing he got was premature. Like some charity shit for him because he played okay. And I could name a whole bunch of other players who probably would have got that All-Star spot over him. But whatever. Jordan Poole is the truth. You ain't see Ja Morant dancing tonight. What he was doing was that little dance. You ain't see him doing that little dance tonight. He really took their souls. Every time they had a little bit of light, thinking that they ready make a run and come back, Jordan Poole just came down and just went hard. He ain't passed the ball. He ain't passed the ball around and get it back and then try. He went straight at them dudes. Like they got little Tyus Jones, or is that Trey Jones? You know, the Jones brothers. They both look alike. They got little yo on them. Hey, he's scorching them. That man can't guard him. He can't stick with him. Shorty got handles. He could pull up as soon as he come from half court. He could finish at the rim. He could dunk. And he plays defense. And he proven himself in the playoffs against the red hot Memphis. Give Ja Morant his credit. Yeah, that's what it's called, the gritty. He ain't do that tonight. And look, even at the game, he laying on the bench like, he looking like Jimmy Butler 2020 after he did that triple-double, that 40-point triple-double. He was worn out. Ja just laying there like, oh, my God. I look at the score. It was like 110 to 90-something. I'm like, dang, they probably make a run and come back. Yeah, Ja was balling. He definitely was balling. I think what I went and got some water, came back. The score was like 127 to 102. What the fuck? Damn. Them dudes ain't playing with him. All that talk, they like, oh, this is going to be a crazy series. So far, it has been. I give them that. But just imagine if Clay was Clay on top of what's going on. It wouldn't have been close, bro. And I see Clay try to get going. Jordan Poole gave him a wide open shot. He passed it up to go take a leaning fadeaway mid-range jumper. Like, what the fuck was that, Clay? And he missed. And then right after that, they gave it to him again to get a wide open three. He bricked it. Clay looking bad right now. I ain't gonna lie. But it's easy to overlook it because of how good they playing without his contributions. He not doing too much. He not looking like Clay that we know. He not looking like a splash brother for real. Jordan Poole just took that title from him. He the real splash brother right now. But let Clay get going. And all three of them just get the trash and shit. All you need is a Andrew to have a streaky night. Draymond to hit a three here and there to make the defense honest. Like you can't leave him open because if he take 3 a game and he might make 2, you gotta go out there and guard him. Now with that pressure, they start looking like the 2018 Golden State Warriors where you can't double nobody. Because if you double Steph, you got Poole or even Clay who can knock down a wide open 3. You double Clay, same shit. Curry or Poole, Andrew or Draymond. Somebody gonna hit a 3. So now you gotta play niggas 1-on-1. And Jordan Poole, he got an ISO game. We all know Steph, he'd kill a nigga on the ISO. But if you can't double nobody, it's trouble. It's trouble. Now, like I was saying, I believe they're going to get back to the finals. And I said, only person in the East that I see making the finals is the Bucks. Because Giannis, I don't care how anybody feel about him, you can't count the boy out. You can't. You can't count dude out. Hold on, where the fuck is that shit at? How do I put that joint in here? Yeah. You can't count Giannis out. And I'm watching the game and I'm on I'm in somebody's chat at the same time. Just, I'll be in the chat cooking people, just playing around. People thought the game was over because Boston was up 1 point with a minute left. They talking about, oh, where all the Giannis fans at? It's over. He choking. What happened? What happened? Good night, Boston. Who up? The Bucks. Yes, he definitely could get himself a max deal. He deserved it. I don't care if even if they lose this series, which I doubt it. To be honest, I don't even think Memphis is going to win another game. And Ja Morant, he out there looking like 2007 LeBron James with little help. Desmond Bane's doing his thing though. He's a bona fide shooter. And I said that last time. The dude got in that record that with the small group of dropping 7 3-pointers in a playoff game. It ain't too many people who drop 8 or 7, 8 3-pointers in one game. It ain't a long list. He in that list now. So, and he played defense. He a good 3-and-D player. He the best shooter on the team. He the second best player on the team. He's better than Jaren Jackson to me. I don't care what anybody got to say. Jaren Jackson is a bust. Whoever can make a case for him, that's a hell of a job to try to make a case for Jaren Jackson. Shorty a bust to me. And there's no evidence could really say that he's not a bust. They was talking about he the next Kevin Garnett and all that. Like, look, he got to prove that shit. And he so far he hasn't. He ain't got an all-star appearance yet. He ain't really doing too much in his playoffs where he in a situation where he supposed to be eating against a team that really don't have no big man. Get this man some touches in the post. Let him go to work. If y'all saying he as good as he is, and more than likely y'all saying it because of his post game, because that's what Kevin Garnett was with his little mid range and his post game. Garnett was a beast. So if you give it to him in the post, he cooking his defender one-on-one ISO all day. Let Jaren Jackson do that. Golden State small. He should be bullying them niggas. That's not what we saying though. He should be dominating this series. That's just like with the Lakers when all right, we go up against Houston. That was a Anthony Davis series. And what he do? He was bullying them dudes. First series, Portland, LeBron did him. Second series, AD. Third series, they both did it. And how we shut down Jokic. It's all about matchups. And Memphis don't match up. Well, Golden State don't match up good against Memphis, but the coach is not able to take advantage of the shit. And he should. What's the coach name? I don't even remember the motherfucking coach name. But he ain't doing too good of a job. Give him credit just for getting them there and getting them this far, though. But right now, he ain't making the right adjustments. It's like he playing their game. They making him make moves according to them instead of him making them adjust to his style, which would be pounding the ball in the inside. Because once you get the pounding the ball in the inside and Jaren Jackson get the beasting, they got to start doubling. And you got shooters around them, and you still got Ja Morant. Easy work. Because if you double him, you leave bangs open. Ja Morant can knock it down here and there. Brooks out right now, but let's say Brooks come back, he and there. Brooks can shoot too. They got shooters around. And I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of good that I'm seeing Ja Morant greatness, how he out there doing it and trying to do everything he can on that floor. But he by himself. Sometimes it just look like this man just by himself and he just be doing some unbelievable shit out there. Especially these jelly layups he be doing and going through contact, still getting the ball up off the backboard and one. Yeah, LeBron, that type shit. But they don't have an answer for Jordan Poole. And usually this would be the time where the best player on the team go lock down somebody like him. But then it's a pick your poison type situation. Because if you hit, let's say Ja Morant commit to trying to shut down Jordan Poole, who gonna guard Steph? So he can't commit to just trying to shut this one player down if another player is Curry still coming off the bench. Because if Shorty's still coming off the bench and Jordan Poole doing all this, it's no answer. There's no way you're gonna stop these dudes. It's no answer. Because if you can't commit to trying to shut down Jordan Poole if Curry coming off the bench right now and still being Steph Curry. Because who gonna lock him down? That's too much energy Ja gonna have to spend on trying to guard this man and out there getting the rebounds, assists, and putting up them numbers. We just think plenty of players tried. We just think plenty of players put forth a tremendous effort doing it. But when you're outclassed as far as talent, like you can't match their talent. It's just gonna be fruitless. Everybody gonna say, oh, yeah, he was great. He was doing his thing. He just need help. So you just wasted all that energy on it. That means the coach just got to come up with a better plan. You can't even blame the players. Niggas out there doing the best they can. It's Golden State. Nobody knew Jordan Poole was going to turn out like this, except Golden State. Like after that year, Clay was gone, and everybody just like Steph by himself, and now he see how it feels to try to go out there, drag a team to the finals, and he can't even get them to the playoffs. Blah blah blah. Jordan Poole was on the floor. Wiggins was on the floor too, wasn't he? They say Steph out there with a bunch of G leaguers. And look, they missed the playoffs. Now look at Jordan Poole. Beasting. So when you look at these players, I put them in a conversation like how people talk about Trae Young, Luka Doncic. You know what I mean? Ja Morant. The way this dude playing in the playoffs right now, he amongst them niggas. Just came out of nowhere. And he ain't scared. He is not scared of a big moment. He talking big shit out there while he playing. You gotta love the kid. You gotta love the kid. I'm a fan. Even before this series, I said it. Like I was just saying, like I was talking to my wife, like, if this little nigga keep playing like this throughout the playoffs, they going back to the finals. It's like having another Steph Curry. It's like having two Stephs on the floor. Like it was bad enough you got Steph and Clay, but having two Stephs and Clay out there too. As soon as Clay gets his feet back under him, because right now, bro, Clay looking sad. Clay looking sad. But as he get his feet back under him and he get back the lights out, oh man, it's unfair. It's just gonna be unfair. You still got Draymond. He still do his thing. He a agitating defender, playmaker. He can score here and there. He can give you a couple bucks that'll help. He gonna get them rebounds though. He gonna find an open man. I said it'll be Bucks and Warriors in the finals. I don't believe in the Suns. I don't care what anybody got to say. I still don't believe in these dudes. And that's crazy. Did I watch the game? They didn't play tonight, did they? Did the Suns play tonight? Or did Philly play? Because I didn't even catch the Philly game. Stay down 3-0. Because if Harden do not make some type of noise, I don't want to hear this guy in the top five no more. Because everybody be putting Shorty in their top five. Not all the time, but as far as active players right now in the league, best active players in the league right now. Everybody will say, like, when they start making their list, they're going to have Harden in that top five somewhere. I know a lot of people say, oh, probably Giannis, or some people got KD first, LeBron, KD, Giannis, in some type of order. People got them in their top three, and then Steph, Harden. It'll be hard to put you up there. Like I say, Giannis, he the best player right now. I was saying that for a minute. Now, since he got his ring, like they the defending champs, and people still ain't giving them niggas no real respect. Like you can't count them dudes out. They just want a ring. All this premature shit about Boston and the Boston. Somebody said they're gonna destroy the Bucks. Like, bro, yeah, they swept the Nets. Okay, but how many people? Well, I can't even say that. A lot of y'all thought the Nets was gonna win because y'all don't really know what the fuck y'all talking about. That's why y'all thought the Nets was gonna do something. That's the reason why y'all thought the Nets was gonna do something. So when I seen Tatum doing this thing and Jaylen Brown and they don't have an answer for that, just them two niggas. Yeah, they was in trouble. I don't give a fuck about how many stars KD got beside him. Nigga, KD ain't it. It's no leader. But the Bucks ain't the Nets. Yeah, they're gonna battle, but the Bucks ain't the Nets. Because we might be watching Giannis taking the torch right now. People thought it was gonna go to KD after he got them two finals MVPs or whatever with Steph Curry on the sidekick role. Yeah, I mean he went to go to state be a sidekick, and then y'all talking about he taking over. Like, what the fuck? Steph's still a better player, always been a better player. But Giannis stepped up and said, "Nah, give me that." And read that whole shit. And Shorty going back to back finals. And like I told people that post I made, I said this was like the mid season. I said Miami Heat is dangerous. They got a good roster. Nobody's talking about them right now, but they about to be talking about them a lot. As soon as them dudes got their chemistry together. Come on, bro. Like, look at the roster them niggas got. Jimmy Butler, he not a superstar, but he elite. And he got the potential and the ability. He just don't always apply itself every night to go out there and put on a dominant performance. He go out there and just play team ball. And some nights he do go out there and play hero ball. And you can't expect nothing more from him because he's been the same way his whole career. So you got Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, Victor Oladipo. He was just an all-star. He just got injured. He just still recovering from his injury, but still able to go out there and try 30 on you any given night. And it's not even required of him to do it. Tyler Hero a bucket, Bam Adebayo, that go get other star along with Jimmy Butler. Like, the dude stacked up. And now don't they got PJ Tucker with them too? Like, they got the defense. I said they was gonna be a problem, and they're a problem. So I had plenty of teams coming out that motherfucking East before I can ever say the Nets was going to even make the conference finals. I gave them just as much of a chance as I did the Atlanta Hawks. So only teams I seen was Bucks and Heat. Now you could throw Boston in there now because they hot. I still wouldn't throw them in there as premature. That was a hell of a sweep, but still, I wouldn't place them over the Heat or the Bucks. And the Bucks ratio UI. And I didn't even get to watch that whole game. I got in the house late. Is Chris Middleton back? Because I seen them, the team as a whole put on a dominant performance without Chris Middleton. And you seen what Chris did last year, how the media, he had them games where they was like, he was out there looking like Kobe. So let them get that Chris Middleton back. And Giannis still being Giannis. They still top the defense, got great defenders. You might see a Bucks Warriors rivalry start coming around. If LeBron fall off a cliff next year. Because if he ain't still playing at the level that he was playing at this year and the team got the chemistry and they get this shit together, he's still going to be a problem and it's still going to be a threat to niggas. Dejan, what's up, bro? Man, if that still happens, then it's possible that Warriors Bucks rivalry will get canceled. But right now, that's what I'm saying. And I said it like, they're the only two teams in the West that I see can come out is the Warriors or the Suns. But I really don't believe in the Suns. So if they got to see the Warriors gonna win. Chris Paul can't fuck with Curry. I don't care how anybody feel about that. Chris Paul can't fuck with Curry. And he damn sure ain't gonna be able to fuck with Jordan Poole. Because he playing like Curry and he's younger. So who gonna guard either one of them? I know a nigga really can't. None of them niggas can really guard Booker. But I want to see how Jordan Poole do if they give him that assignment. But Clay, he's still a good defender. You say Suns making it out the West. I don't see it. I know a lot of people say that. Like, yeah, the Suns going to make it out the West. But this is the thing about a lot of people that I know who say it. They the same people who say the Suns only made it to the finals because they benefited off the injuries that was going on around the league. Me personally, I don't discredit them that shit because injury's part of the game. Bro, niggas get injured every day, B. Niggas get injured every day. So I ain't even going to do that. But if I'm judging them right now and I'm looking at the Warriors, no, it's no way. It's no way. It'll all be on Monty Williams coaching. Like I just was saying about Memphis. It's the coaching. Yeah, it's the talent on top of it, but he ain't even utilizing his biggest strength against them. They don't have a big man. So if you put John Jackson Jr. down there, he's supposed to be cooking these dudes. And that's the only thing I see that can make a difference if the Warriors meet up with the Suns. DeAndre Ayton, he got to be dominating them dudes. He got to go down there and just be a bully. If he don't, it's lights out. You see what this nigga Jordan Poole doing? See, I ain't gonna say Grizzlies been disappointing. They've been what I expected. Technically, for real, they've been more than what I expected because I expected them to been flame out. But the inexperience is going to be the downfall. Like they don't got the experience. They're a young team, and your star is even a youngin. So when they out there on the floor, how many vets on that team? How many vets on the floor with them? They learning off experience. They not learning off somebody out there helping them read shit and see certain shit to help build their IQ. They learning as they go. That's gonna be hard to beat a championship team. Yeah, I'm not. It's still possible though. I'm not saying you could count them out. Anything could happen. But me personally, how I'm looking at it, Golden State ready to take off. It's no answer for Jordan Poole, bro. And then you still got Steph. Well, Steph had 25 tonight. And they just letting Shorty got the biggest green light another Warrior ever had besides KD. Shorty got Sir's green light. Like I was just saying, it's plays like back-to-back plays do come down, don't even pass the ball around. You know how Golden State do. Like if Steph don't just come down and pull straight up, they pass the ball around. Make a good play, find an open man or something. Jordan Poole comes straight down, cross over straight to the right, layup or a dunk. Or step back three. Green light. So if you got to deal with that, Chris Paul ain't guard him. Chris Paul can't guard Curry. Chris Paul can't guard Clay. Booker could guard neither one of them either. But I also feel like none of them can guard Booker. Some of them can guard Chris Paul. So Chris Paul just going to be point guard, just making plays. He ain't going to get off too much scoring. Now, his competitive nature, if Steph out there keeps shimmying and shit like that, yeah, he gonna want to go back at him, and he gonna have some games where it's just a battle, and that's what they want you to do. That's what the Warriors want you to do. Try to get in the shootout with them and look stupid after the game because you can't shoot with them dudes. They want you to get into a shootout. They're gonna shoot you in your motherfucking face. Them boys got snipers for days, and then they got the little what's his name? The old dude, old white boy come off the bench that can hit a three. Stretch the floor. Yeah, I mean, keep niggas out the paint. And that's why I say it's a double it's a double negative because if you got a big man that can dominate like DeAndre Ayton should be doing, if they match up, if they meet up, put that man in the post. Them niggas too little. All Green gonna do is try to get in his head and start talking shit and get the roughing him up on some Patrick Beverly shit. If Giannis and Curry make the finals, man, KD already exposed. Might get exposed. He already exposed, especially if Curry get back to the finals. But him just getting sweat and only getting to the second round last year, he's already exposed. Now to me, I've been said like people was ranking Yo too high. Like he a great player. He's always gonna be a great player. It's just levels to the shit. He's not the best player ever. Was the best player in the league or nothing like that. He always been like he'll be a dominant two. He'll be a dominant Robin for somebody. And that's why Kawhi tried to get him. He turned Kawhi down. And that's why Kawhi ended up with Paul George. Jimmy Butler even turned Kawhi down. And that's crazy how people they be talking about LeBron trying to get this player and that player, how much help he need, he trying to stack the deck. And then the report come out about Kawhi doing all this shit behind the scenes and then sabotage the Lakers, and everybody just was cheerful about it. Like, yeah, he was trying to get KD, he was trying to get Jimmy Butler, he wound up getting Paul George. Like, what? Ain't that the same shit y'all was saying? Like, oh, LeBron trying to do this, that, the third. That's kind of hypocrisy, right? I already got him past KD all the time. Giannis, I already got him past KD all the time. He get another chip. That's just, in my opinion, he might be in the top. He got to be in the top 10 somewhere, probably. He ain't going to be top 5, but he got to be in the top 10 somewhere. Because that's a hell of a case if you look at his resume, especially if he get another ring in the finals MVP. But I damn sure already got him ahead of KD. Like, just look at their careers. And like I said, there's levels to the shit. You can't compare a sidekick to, you can't compare Robin and Batman. For real, you won't even compare Nightwing to Batman. And he supposed to be his own man and basically the guy. And what, running the Teen Titans or something like that. But you ain't gonna compare Robin to Batman. So if you got a situation, yeah, absolutely. Giannis got more than one MVP. He got Defensive Player of the Year. He got MVP and Defensive Player of the Year all in one year. Yes, I've been told everybody Kyrie always was the better player than KD. I never had KD ranked ahead of Steph, even when LeBron was still back in Cleveland and they was coming out with them player rankings, and people kept having KD as number 2 behind LeBron. Like, how can you put this man ahead of Steph? What has he done for you to put him ahead of Steph? It's like it was like some just bias shit going on. Like, what the fuck was making people put him ahead of him? If just look at their resumes, because that's what people supposed to go off, the resume and how you played that previous year when they make the rankings for the next year. How could you do that? And anybody that's a KD fan, you know what I'm saying? I'm a KD fan too. From Maryland, always gonna be my nigga. But I keep shit buck when it comes to this, because I ain't gonna cat for nobody's career. You got a multi MVP, multi champ, unanimous MVP, greatest shooter of all time. Led a team that won 73 games, won a chip, went back-to-back finals. Compare that to KD career. He has one MVP. And I think Steph got a scoring title. If I'm not mistaken, he only got like one, I think. If you don't, I ain't sure. But I think he got at least one. KD got 2 scoring titles. one MVP, 2 rings, and we all know how he got those 2 rings. And he got 2 Finals MVPs. And we can throw context on it, but I'm not even going to do that. Just let him have it, bro. That still don't compare to what the fuck I just said. Steph got. It still don't compare to. It still ain't better than Steph's resume, and that's just speaking facts. Like I could probably make a case that you could compare this man to Kawhi, and that's a hell of a debate. That's a hell of a comparison. You compare Kawhi career to KD's, their resume, because Kawhi don't have no season MVPs. I don't even think he got a scoring title, but he probably got a steals title. He got multiple defensive players of the year. He got 2 Finals MVPs just like KD. And you get throw context on the situations of how he got a Finals MVP or whatever. You know what I mean? And then he led a team to a chip and won. Right. That's debatable. That's a good debate. Because the intangibles, like the dynamics of the situation is just you gotta compare offense to defense. You got a dominant offensive player, you got a dominant defensive player. Now you just gotta see who did better in there with their skill. And I would have to do more research about Kawhi because I'm pretty sure he got steals title. If he got anything else or multiple other titles, like just steal title, whatever, because I don't think he got no rebound titles. That's like getting scoring title. And that's the only reason why people was ranking AD as high as they was ranking him. Because always when them power rankings was coming out with AD before he started looking like he's starting to flame out or whatever. AD won that chip. I think he had a block title and a rebound title, but he ain't had no chip or nothing like that. Just putting up numbers and just never went nowhere. And I was like, it's hard to rank these players against players who, like Chuck said, was driving the bus and really took their team somewhere. It's hard to compare that, and it's unfair for people to try to do that. Like when I forgot who I was debating. I was debating dude Kobe and LeBron one day, and I'm like, bro, I really don't like doing this debate because people get mad when you tell the truth about shit. Like you pose a cat for people's careers, and I broke down the shit in great detail. People understood it, but motherfuckers ain't like it, especially because bro passed away. Like, bro, he a Laker. I'm a Laker fan. He a Laker great. Probably the greatest Laker between him and Magic. Like, really, I would say the greatest Laker is, yeah, probably Magic. I ain't gonna say Kareem. Kareem, he also won on another team also before he came there. So his resume ain't all just focused around the Lakers. But when you compare their careers, it's hard to compare his whole career. Yeah, that's how they carry, bro. Like Kobe is not allowed to be criticized. You can't critique his game enough. And like, yo, ain't nobody talking about this man's personal life. We talking about what he left behind. His game. The games that you could go online and look at. Like what the fuck? The stats that you could Google, the stats that y'all talk about every day. Like, especially what's your name? SFM. Come on, bro. Like, niggas act like you can't critique somebody's game. That's why I got mad at Kwame Brown. Like, bro, you acting like a fucking girl. You know, go sit your dumb ass down somewhere. Like you talking about, oh, why people bringing me up, nigga? Because you play basketball and you was a bust. They critiquing your game and comparing it to other people and shit like that. You, you arguably has the biggest bust of in all time NBA history. Biggest bust of all time. Like, yeah, they critiquing your game, bro. So why can't we do that to every other player? Because there's plenty of other players that's dead, and we talk about their game like nobody gets mad when people talk about Wilt. Yeah, that's crazy. Nobody, I noticed that too. Nobody gets mad if you get to talking about Wilt and people be talking about, oh man, he playing against these motherfucking plumbers and trash man and mechanics, and like you trying to diminish his competition and all that, saying, oh, he only putting out 50 and 25 because these little dudes, blah blah blah. But we can't talk about nobody else game. We can't talk about Kobe, his game and his legacy, and compare that to other players. So when I made that comparison, I'm like, when Kobe first started out, he wasn't the bus driver. Shaq was the bus driver. So it's unfair if you compare him to LeBron. That's unfair. Because you can't go through a, a chunk. A chunk of this man's career, he was had to take a back seat to a better player. How can you compare that to Jordan? How can you compare that to LeBron? That's unfair to them dudes. Because just imagine if Jordan was playing with a player that's greater than him and was able to win 3 rings on top of the 6 that he got. Nigga, what? Same shit with LeBron. Exactly. It's nonsense. Because, like I just said, imagine if it was LeBron. They don't even want to give this nigga credit for the rings that he was the leader of the team and won, nigga. They try to take everything away from each and every ring that he already won as the leader. And I said, like, 2011 is probably the best thing that happened to LeBron James. Him flaming out in the finals, choking, probably was the best thing that happened to his career. Because it made him play better. He got better. And on top of that, he wasn't the number one that year. Him and Wade said, like, you watch Wade interview, he's like, they couldn't figure out when it was time to go, like, who gonna go, who I'm gonna go. It's really Wade supposed to be leading because Miami more used to Wade. LeBron a new guy. They lost. The following year, Wade said he had to go get that man the keys and take a back seat and let him lead. So when LeBron actually won his first title, he was a leader. But if they would have beat Dallas, he would have won. He wouldn't have been the leader of, of that series. Give a fuck if he even won the Finals MVP. He wasn't the leader. That's from their own mouths. Wade had to give it to him. He had to become the sidekick for them to start being successful. So imagine if LeBron got 3 rings as a sidekick on top of the 4 that he already got. How much credit would niggas give Yo for that? They gonna take away all the credit he get for the first 3 rings by saying, "Oh, he was a sidekick. He was playing with a better player. He was playing with an MVP, a prime Shaq." Like, niggas gonna go crazy. They already going crazy. Man, Kyrie hit the shot. Like, fuck the rest of the games. This is a game 7. Like, fuck all the rest of the 6. Fuck the triple double and what Yo did in the game for all that to happen to come together. Like, bro, that's how they diminish one of your championships as a leader. Kyrie the sidekick. No disputing that. Ray Allen hit a 3. After, I think that was his only field goal the whole fucking game. Because he missed like 2 in a row before that. And LeBron hit 2 in a row before that. To make that shot able to tie the game. And then Ray Allen disappeared in the OT. And really ain't do nothing in game 7. But just example of how they already tear down joints he getting as a leader. Just imagine he got shit as a sidekick, bro. So it's unfair to do that. compare sidekick years to somebody who's been a Batman their whole fucking career. That's why a lot of people really never entertained the who's the GOAT, Kobe or Jordan. And it was like, is you fucking serious? Even Kobe said it like, what you get comes from me. So I don't know why people be doing this. Like, he said it his fucking self. It's the fans out here going crazy with the bullshit. Because niggas know real basketball. He said it himself. There's no way you was able to call that man better than MJ or to go to anything. Still great. Still hell of a career. Hell of a player. They only started doing the comparisons because he had them nigga moves. He had that nigga attitude. And everybody just missed MJ so much. Like, when you got a player that's so dominant and you know that when I go watch the games, this nigga gonna put on a show. He gonna make my night. And then he just goes away. Like he got retired and you looking for the next thing. That's what Kobe was. So that's why you get them comparisons. And that's the same reason why you start getting some of the comparisons with Jordan until LeBron kind of separated that because he wasn't just, he just out here dominant on offense and he ain't just looking like MJ. He also looking like Magic. He also posting up, moving like Hakeem. It just was a plethora of things. Yeah. He did. Like, I'm talking about the one interview where he said, like, he basically bowed down. Like, man, he not better than Jordan. But yeah, hell yeah, it's hella interviews where Kobe saying he the best player and he the GOAT. It's hella interviews MJ saying he the best player and he the GOAT. And it's crazy that MJ fans always be saying that. Like, I be like, yo, why you don't like LeBron? And they be like, man, that man called himself the GOAT. Real GOATs don't call themselves the GOAT. I'm like, who the fuck said that? Who the fuck said they don't call it? What player do you know that never said they felt as though they was the best or felt as though they was the GOAT? What athlete you know, what great athlete you know that never said that or done that? And if you believe, like these JDRs were saying, that Jordan never said it, then you really don't know shit about Jordan. You really ain't been watching his games. You really ain't been watching his interviews because he said it plenty of times. And for people who want to know a couple ones, like the shit when he got into it with the back and forth with Wilt, he said he was the GOAT. He called himself the GOAT. He said he was the best player. But I give you a more better one that you can go easily look up. Remember OJ Mayo? OJ Mayo, whatever the fuck his name was. He was the shit coming out of high school or whatever. And he went to MJ camp. He just trash talking MJ. You know MJ older and shit. Like, he trash talking MJ. You can't guard me, blah, blah, blah. What he telling me, say, man, you might be the best player in high school, but I'm the best player in the world. And this nigga ain't even in the NBA no more. This nigga been retired. And he went out there and just started scorching OJ Mayo in a little pickup game and shit. In basketball camp. One of Jim J's basketball camps. And that's two alone right there where players call themselves the best and the GOAT and shit like that. We already know Ali, since he not one Sonny out, nigga, I'm the greatest. Like, come on, bro, it's just sports. It's competitive nature. But I don't see why people be just hating so much. But yeah, man, this dude Jordan Poole, they ain't got an answer for him. And I don't believe the Suns gonna have an answer for him. And you still got the Splash Brothers. I ain't counting Clay out right now, but he is looking kind of sus. But I ain't gonna count him out. It's still Clay. He already proved themselves. proved himself plenty of times. You know what I mean? He came back. What was that game 6 against Houston when Shorty had that monster game? You're like, nah, nigga, we ain't going home. And you see what happened. They went on to go back to the finals. So it's still Clay. Now he ain't no one, and that's what a lot of people get mixed up with Clay. They don't. That's another thing. Like people be trashing Draymond Green. They don't put that same stigma on Klay Thompson. Like how many times people expect Clay to go out there play hero ball, lock down the defender, rebound and assist. They don't expect that from Klay Thompson, so people don't bitch about it. But Draymond Green, they expected this man to go out there and be Steph. Like, what the fuck? That's never. When the fuck did he ever do that? Yeah, I hate Warriors fans. Like, just the past 2 years, I didn't see another Warrior fan. They was gone. Them niggas was gone, bro. Like, matter of fact, they wasn't gone. They was Clippers fans. They turned into Clippers fans, and then they turned into Nets fans. Now they jump back to the Golden State. That's what happened to the Golden State fans. They went from team to team. So now they back. Golden State Warriors fans back. The Nets got swept. They jumped off that ship immediately. Before the last game was even over with, them niggas was already getting their tickets to hop on a Golden State Warriors bus. They bought them bitches in advance. Now you don't hear nobody's Nets fans no more. Nobody's KD fans no more. They all Steph Curry and Golden State Warriors fans right now. Couple people about to be Bucks fans or Miami Heat fans. Yep, definitely front runners. And it ain't even that they Warriors fans. They the basketball fans who you can't get a solid bet out of. It's like y'all be arguing about this, that, and that. You're like, all right, bet it. And they be like, we could bet, but I don't really do that. I don't really be betting. Like, what we betting for? It's just a game. They start doing shit like that. It's just a game. Yo, we ain't got to bet. You gonna bet? He getting in his feelings. Like, what the fuck? You start being a Bucks fan because they want a ring. Now you think Warriors going to win a ring. Now you're a Warriors fan. You thought the Clippers was going to win a ring. You became a Clippers fan. Oh, I just like Kawhi. Shut up. No, you don't. You thought KD and them had stacked that deck so much that it was impossible for them to lose. And you was a Nets fan. And then when you think the second year, they was stacking that deck even more with what on top of what they already had. And you like, oh, they definitely got it this time. Last year, man, his shoe got it, so we gonna stick it out for another one, making a shoe excuse because the nigga shoe just a little too big, bro. He's a motherfucking. He supposed to be a superstar. He supposed to be the best player. He supposed to be the MVP. He supposed to be a great. He's a champ. He got the experience, the IQ. There's no way he didn't know. He should have known his foot was on the line. You can expect that from out a player like Ja Morant. Yeah, he's a great player, but he's still inexperienced, so you can give him a pass. Oh man, his foot was on the line. Damn, Ja, you almost had him. But for KD, no, that's unacceptable. Where's your IQ, nigga? Oh, big for that. No excuses for that. So they jumped off the ship. Now they Warriors. And that's why I say that's the only problem, like, with the Warriors going back to the finals. It's the fans. The bandwagon fans. The dishonest fans. Like, y'all just freelancers. Y'all not fans. Posers. But I can say this though, even after this year, whether they win, lose, or whatever, Jordan Poole got to come back next year playing the same way in the regular season and crack that All-Star selection. And that's going to be tough with all these guards. But I still got him making a serious case, regardless of how many guards out there. The man got that type of talent. Seriously. We ain't seen no other player really mimicking Steph and consistently put up numbers and move the way Shorty move. The closest thing to it was Trey, who don't play like Steph for real, for real. Yeah. Hold on.
And then she stretched my skin out.
All right, I'm about to come look at it.
We don't got rice.
All right, here I come, man. Bring me a cigarette, man. You said now they complaining about the Grizzlies playing dirty at their house. One of the dirtiest players. Oh yeah, of course, Draymond a dirty player, man. You see that? You see that video he put out, and he pointing at his eye. That man pointing at his eye like, yeah, look what they did to me, nigga. You poke niggas in the eyes on a regular. Bro, what the fuck? That was last year. Say at the Draymond poked me in my eye. I was seeing 3 rims out there, so I just shot at the middle one. Like, nigga, you poked the nigga in the eye on a regular, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, what Dylan Brooks did was a dirty play. All right, cool. Yes, it was. The man swiped left. He did not jump for the ball or nothing. That man just swiped left like he was on Tinder or some shit. Swipe that nigga head. Knocked you out the air. You know what I mean? It was a dirty play. All right, get over it. The man got suspended. Shorty out. That's basketball. Sometimes motherfuckers make dirty plays. So what? That's why flagrant foul rules and shit was implemented. It is what it is. Draymond gets suspended when he do dirty shit and all that. Like that's the game, bro. Like ain't no need to complain about it. Cause like I said, if a nigga wanna be real about the shit, Memphis is not winning this fucking series. They not. And if some type of way they pull a rabbit out of hat and pull some miracle ball out their ass, like I come in here and give them their props and apologize. I underestimated them. But it's no way in hell do I see them winning this fucking series. Come on, bro. Like I just broke it down. Like you got, bro, it's a championship team with that means far better experience. They went to multiple finals. They got multiple stars, vets, future Hall of Famers. Uh, like, what am I missing? You tell me what Memphis got over them. Nobody can tell me what Memphis got over them. Height. That's probably about it. They got the height because they're a hot young team. Give them a couple years, and they're going to be championship contenders. I say a year or two. Probably not. A year or two. They'll be championship contenders. I say that even after this experience from playing Golden State Warriors is going to make them their IQ step up. It's going to help them so much that next year they will be contenders. That's what I will give Memphis right now. This experience against this caliber of a team, they're going to be contenders next year. But right now, for me to try to put them above an already proven team that still got their core intact, hell no. Hey, appreciate you, bro, Deshaun. Appreciate you. Go get that money, bro. Yeah, I appreciate you. Check nigga out on your break. That's love. But serious though. And I fuck with y'all. Like I said, for real, when the Pelicans gotta be kicking themselves in the ass right now. Because y'all chose Zion over Ja. And not saying, oh, it was a dumb move. Just how shit played out, you be like, damn, if you actually the Pelicans. Not saying it damn sure was a hell of a move, a hell of a pick. Like Zion was a beast. Like, look what the fuck he was doing. Look how big he is. Look how high he jumped with that weight on him and how he moves. Yeah, that was a hell of a pickup. But look what happened. He was already same kind of injury prone, though. I say that one thing about Zion. He already same kind of injury prone. But when you seen what Ja was doing in college with less help, because people forget Duke is Duke and always going to be Duke. And he had R.J. Bird, like the way R.J. Bird was playing against some college players, like, yeah, he was the truth. And Cam Reddish. Yeah, I'm always hate Warriors fans. Like they some of the worst fans ever in all time sports. All sports. Like they some of the worst fans ever. And they never just one way. They freelancers and they be all over the place. And they hypocrites. Like, y'all trash another team because they get this player or that player. But the whole offseason, y'all talking about y'all getting every fucking superstar y'all can name. Y'all, KD coming back. Giannis coming. We about to get Carl Anthony Towns. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? When all this happened? They about to make a trade to try to get Zion. Like, what the fuck going on? But y'all trash any other team for doing shit like that. Kawhi coming to Golden State. But then turn around talk about, oh, this team stacking the deck. They try to do this and do that. But when y'all had KD and all that, it was all cool. Some old bullshit. Hypocrites. And then y'all made all these excuses. No. First, y'all trashed a bunch of teams who had probably one great player and they just couldn't get to the playoffs. You see this player out there trying to do everything, struggling. And then as soon as the tables turned and Steph had to do it, and we think that he could not, y'all had every excuse to make for Steph Curry. When we think players do it. Got a bad roster, look like some G League players out there with them, and actually had G League players out there with them, and still got to the playoffs. But y'all made all these excuses for Steph. That was hypocrisy. But yeah, Ja Morant, he's great. He already making history. And this experience is going to bring out, it's going to take you to another level. Especially if you lose, even if they don't win another game, especially if they don't win another game. How mad that's going to make Shorty. Because he worked hard. He be posting that shit like, Shorty works. He coming back with a vengeance. Almost on some Joel Embiid shit. Joel Embiid, I give it to him. He came back with a vengeance. He came back on a mission. It's just he didn't have the pieces around him. And then now he got injured. And even with Harden, I still didn't expect them niggas to go too far because it's James Harden. Especially if he supposed to be who some people was trying to say since he on Philly, he's the best player. He's better than Joel Embiid. He got a better resume, but he not better than Joel. Joel in the MVP talks, not Harden. Not better than him this year. Shit, probably not even last year. But either way, I didn't see them going too far. People making it premature. Oh, yeah, can you compare them to Kobe and Shaq? Like what? Who? You know what Harden do in the playoffs? This is consistency with Harden. This is not a fluke or one off or he don't have no help. He the same way regardless. He can have a stacked team or a bad team. He's going to play the same way. He's going to choke in the playoffs. He strengths. All that step back three and all that shit that he was hitting consistently throughout the regular season. He breaking them consistently. Same guy who shot 27 3-pointers and missed all of them back to back. Didn't put his head down and go to the rack at all in a game in a series where they could have won and actually got to the finals when he had Chris Paul. And then he got mad and blamed it on Chris Paul. Somebody can't take his man off the dribble and this, that, and the third. Like, what? First of all, you don't even make sense because Chris Paul can't take his man off the dribble. He still got crazy handles. But he trying to set you up in the rest of these niggas because you out here going 0 for 27, nigga. But that's always been him. He had a prime Dwight Howard and still ain't do nothing. So what makes you think just because he got Joel Embiid, he getting to the finals? Nigga, he couldn't get to the finals with KD and Kyrie. Fuck is what the? It's just crazy. It's crazy. Oh shit! Ain't the boxing match on? Ain't Canelo supposed to fight today, or was it Tank? I know I'm missing the boxing match. I gotta go look for this boxing match. Somebody supposed to been fighting tonight. Bro, appreciate everybody coming through. You know what I mean? Y'all, bro, stay safe, stay positive, and give Jordan Poole his motherfucking respect. And Giannis. Giannis is not KD. He's going back to the finals. Fair to that.